Ironman level 12 2v2 Pd2 duels starts now. Ready, set, go.
And off.
So now
they're meeting in the center. I like this, going toe to toe.
Center meeting. Doors have been closed.
There's no test in the waters.
Nope.
They know what each other's about.
Yep.
They are coming, engaging right close quarters combat.
Slots is a bow necro with bone wall? Does he have
some amplified
teeth?
damage?
Does he have teeth at all, or is he just running? Yeah, but he's got the amplified damage, but is he running any skill to take advantage? I guess the bow.
I guess it looks like he's just trying to build a wall between him and his opponent so that they have to run around it, and he can kind of ping them down with arrows. I mean, it's interesting. I applaud this for creativity and originality.
Yes. It's a very creative, fun build.
He almost just boxed himself right in there with that bone wall.
I'm not sure how effective. And these paladins are able to pretty well just knock down the bone walls if necessary. So
right.
They are quite strong here. So it looks like they've decided to leave the Necro alone maybe. Nope, now they're going to go and swarm on the Necro. Charge in from both sides. Arf trying to get some damage. He's got those traps, which definitely do some good damage.
Yeah, it looks like the Paladins are being very opportunistic, you know, in trying to use their movement in the best ways. When they notice that, oh, this player is closer, they'll switch to them. Or this player is isolated, they'll switch to them.
Yep.
You know, it's like a sort of a weird pack to follow when you're the other team.
Right. Arf trying to do some nice kiting. Oof.
Oh, there's the amplified damage.
Amp
is he going to be able to
10.
take advantage of it, though?
Nope. It's already off.
Amplified damage at such a low level doesn't last very long. You almost have to immediately take advantage of it.
What is it, like 5 seconds maybe?
It's got to be something like that. I mean, it doesn't look like it's any longer than that for however long it's staying on their opponents here.
Yeah. It looks like they're starting to work down Miyamo here a little bit, but both of their life totals have just dropped so much. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough here.
It looks like Rezo may have the best life total of them all so far.
Yep. Ooh, a nice little double shot right there by Arf. Able to get both of the Paladins.
Very good.
I mean, those traps can add up damage very quickly. So it's one of those you got to be really careful, because if you just sit there and you start chasing the Necro and the Assassin starts just dropping some of those points down,
right?
You could just be in some big trouble.
Now, I wonder if it was part of the original strategy of this team. And granted, strategies are harder to pull off when you're actually in the heat of battle.
Truth.
But I wonder if part of the strategy was, all right, you bone wall these guys in. Make a little prison for them.
Yep. And
get
then
them in one area.
Layer them with traps.
Exactly. I'll just lay on the fire blasts.
You know, it's not a bad idea at all. The problem is the Necros just clear up the bone walls so quickly. I'm not sure it would be enough. Arf goes down. And we have Slots fighting for his life against these two Paladins. I mean, they did some good damage against both these guys.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think that you know, Slots has his work cut out for him here. His life is very low.
Yep.
And he's looking at working down two vicious Paladins, just chasing him down. And it looks like he might be he almost barricaded himself.
It was very close.
One of his bone walls.
Very close. Another poison hit though does go off. These Paladins doing a great job right now. They could be tough. So this is Team Waffles McGregor, if I'm not mistaken. Miyamo and Raizo. So they will be moving forward unless Slots has some miracle 1 HP, massive save.
I was gonna say this game ain't over yet. I mean, you never know what could happen. It doesn't look good, but we've seen some comebacks this weekend.
We have seen some comebacks, but this would top all of them by
It really would.
so much.
It really would.
And he just will not give up. He's fighting for his life.
I do appreciate that about him. He has not given up. He's not letting this deter him. He's looking for his outs, but he can't find them.
Does not find any outs. And GG.
It is all over.
GG. All right. If you guys will please drop from the game. Leave game. We'll bring in Happy, Lyric, Brazilian, and Atmos Sapien. Pd2 Duel 5. Low roll, maybe a little bit, but not a ton. The secret code for today's giveaway is... Oh, geez. Where is it? Is dollars.
I knew they were gonna switch it up. It was getting too predictable.
Too predictable. Dollars, as in get you your dollar llamas. All right, hostile and unhostile flew, party up, and come to outer cloister. Also hostile each other. So hostile and unhostile, both myself and Flu. Join the parties with each other. Hostile each other, and then come on out. Yeah, Lyric unhostile us, please. The secret code. So yes, if you come over here, what is this secret code you're talking about? Well, !Arena Games. We, on top of having awesome events, having awesome prizes, have amazing giveaways too. We've already given away 2 full gaming rigs, and we have 1 more to give away today. All you do is come over here. You can put your entries. Here's all the ways that you can get entries. And then there's the secret code from today, and it is dollars. Dollars is your secret code. Ooh. What's this? Is there a store as well? There is an arena store. Look at all this cool swag. Cooley, I think you have one of those sweet sweatshirts.
Those things are awesome, man. They're like they're hoodies, but they're not the extremely thick hoodies that are hard to wear because there's just too much hoodie. Those are like the sleek, slim fitting hoodies. I really like those, man. Those are pretty GG.
Yeah. So it reminds me of the Discord hoodie that I have, and that is probably my favorite hoodie ever. I love it so much. So go check out some of the swag if you are enjoying all this stuff, because big shout out to Arena for helping put all this on.
This is some really nice stuff that they have in their store, man.
Yeah, I mean, it actually is some cool stuff. That's why I'm showing it. If it wasn't cool, I wouldn't show it. I'd be like,
llama approved.
Nah, I'm good. All right.
Congrats to all of our winners so far this weekend. We've had some pretty loyal watchers and followers and people that are sharing and following other streamers and up in their chances to win. And I'm telling you, it seems like all these winners so far this weekend have really deserved it, man. This is congrats to all of you guys.
Yep. They've done a fabulous job. All right. So go to your sides. And then we will get ready for game numero dos. This is Happy Half and Lyric fighting for Team 9 Ball, and Brazilian and Atmos fighting for Team Senpai. Are you ready?
Fresh meat.
Thank you. Set. Go!
And they're off. Look at this. We see a poison javelin right away. What do you think of this Amazon Paladin team, Llama?
So, the Might Aura actually not bad for that quick hit. You know, you can get some nice quick damage off of that. We've got this double throw barb as well, which we saw did quite well. I actually really like the poison, because it does feel like the poison damage does a little bit less, which is actually kind of nice. Because in vanilla, poison jabs were like too strong, right? It hits it's just like, you just have the dot forever and it's terrible. But this actually feels a lot more balanced. So yeah, the Paladin is shooting a bow. He's giving Might Aura to his Amazon, who's not quite taking advantage of it because she is using the javelins, but you still get the physical hit from it. So you still get some damage.
Right.
But Atmos and Marathoner, I mean, this is a crazy close battle. This is throw, bow.
I mean, I'm glad you brought up that point, though, about the poison jab, because when I immediately saw a Paladin and an Amazon on the same team, I said, this is genius.
Right.
You know, you can have jab and your javelin mastery skills very early on.
Yep.
And with that Might Aura, man, can you imagine having like a 12, really 15% crit with a Might Aura on? God, that could be really good at this level. And, you know, even just putting 1 point into Poison Jab, I'm not sure how many points these players have put in.
Right.
But that just seems well worth it. You know, that seems like a really good combination.
Yep. So it definitely seems strong, but it does look like they have fallen behind here. It looks like the double throw and I'm just not sure that Lyric is quite contributing enough damage, and I think that's really where they're having the downfall for this team.
I think so as well. And seeing the Paladin on the bow, I think that's a good backup for, you know, a long distance strategy. I'd like to see him a lot more on Zeal.
Yep.
Again, taking more advantage of that Might Aura. And I would really love to see in this team the Amazon on Jab, getting close up and trying to get that damage in there. Of course, maybe having 1 point, like I said, into Poison Javelin for the distance. But yeah, I feel like that could have, you might be right, that could be the downfall of it.
Yep. And it looks like they will go down. Brazilian and Atmos will be moving forward. And that was still a great duel. I mean, we've had two actually really good duels right here. But yeah, the bow, like you said, is a great backup strategy. It's a great one to, you know, when the team is trying to just outrange you, you just say, all right, forget it. I'll pull a bow out and shoot until you come to me. And then they come closer. Then you engage them with your zeal or whatever skill you have right there. But just having to go full bow just doesn't seem like it's quite did enough. And unfortunately, they do drop. But Brazilian and Atmos will move forward. So we will have
very nicely done.
Our next round. We now have our round of 8 to go on. So the Riza and Ulf Rahaha, please come on in. And you guys will be fighting against Broken Rhythm and Ninja. So if those two players will come back and our two new players will come in, we can have that next fight. And thank you to Crayleon and Papilla. Also, if you guys love high-level Diablo 2 duels, go check out my man Cooley, my co-caster. He has been a fabulous co-caster. It's been a lot of fun having you here with me. I appreciate it. And
hey, back at you, man. I appreciate this. This has been a lot of fun. You know, I really do appreciate your appreciation for the, you know, the PvP world in D2, man. I think that's huge.
I mean, I'm a speedrunner.
It's been an honor.
I'm a speedrunner at heart and single player and Holy Grail guy, but you know, it's Diablo 2 PvP. That's just
it's the best kind of PvP, if you ask me, man.
That's just it. Oh,
I might be a little biased, but
I mean, we're a little biased for sure. All right, if you're in this game, hostile and hostile everybody, unhostile myself and Flu, and party up with your members, and let's go. GG, Happy. GG.
I can only see one person's life total, the RZA right now. Everybody else is not hostile, or I'm not hostile to everybody else.
Ryza, there you go. Miyamo and Ulfer. Let's get this bad boy moving. Today's word secret code is dollars. That is the secret code for the day.
All right, there we go. Looks like we got everybody.
Perfect.
Looks like we got everybody checked in with their hostile, unhostile, so we can get this going.
All right, so we've got our 2 paladins again versus paladin barbarian. So we're gonna have possibly a nice melee duel over here. Ready. Predictions, fast predictions.
You know, I will just say fast observations. I'm surprised that we see more of paladins today instead of assassins. I mean, really they're taking out that dragon talon.
Maybe they're upset by the dragon talon. I mean, you still get Marshall. You can still have your other stuff. I still feel like she's strong, but
I think so as well.
They're gonna layer the ground with poison, but Miyamo just comes right through, and now we're just gonna have a giant mass bashing, smiting, attacking. That was just a mess.
Did you see what the barbarian paladin team did there? They stayed in one spot. They said, "You come to us."
Yep.
And you're gonna fight our battle right here. And they lured him in, and now it looks like they're on a race around the track. I'm not sure if that worked out in the way they hoped it would.
I don't think it did.
Like both of them took a lot of damage doing that.
I loved the idea, though. It was a super fun strategy to watch. But in the end, the paladins were like, okay, we'll just come over there. And now they're on the run. Now they've got their double throw. Dropping the poison gas potion, so the drop and run. And we've got a little leap over here. That double throw is doing some nasty damage, though, to Ryzo.
Doing some work. Oh, man. Big hits to Ryzo.
Big hits.
That double throw.
Absolute
and the RZA has
massive
some really
hits.
nice HP right now, too. He's in a really good spot.
Yeah. And now they've decided, let's double team this barbarian. As he is just absolutely crushing.
Oh my god, those are vicious hits. And you see, this is what we're talking about with that teamwork and collaboration. That double throw from the barbarian is benefiting from might. Yep. That's exactly what you want to do in these team duels. You want to take advantage of the strengths of the other character.
This is a really nice combination.
Bam!
2 go down, and that is it. That is the end. Wow. GG.
And that was double KO from the RZA HC.
Man,
insane.
That was nasty. All right, the RZA and Ulfer move on. Next up, we have Entomb and Hastan versus Shirley Sirius and Kreider. A couple of your guys right there.
Oh, Team Cooley. Now let's see if Team Cooley. I saw these guys theory crafting in the Discord last night, and I'm curious to see if they are going to do exactly what we were talking about, is use the strengths of the other character and incorporate those into the build. I'm really hoping these guys don't disappoint for Team Cooley, or all that time you spent theory crafting is going to go to waste.
We'll see. And I mean, they'll have that difficult barbarian and paladin fight if they can make it through. But first, they're going to have to fight against a double barb combo right here. So we've got 2 barbs versus Amazon Paladin.
Whew, man, I'm nervous.
Me too.
I'm also very curious after that last duel of seeing how good a 2 barbarian team is. You know, they won't have an aura to take advantage of from a paladin, let's say.
True.
So I don't think those hits are going to be as strong as we saw in the last battle. But you got 2 of them coming at you.
Yep.
So this is going to be nuts.
Yep. This will be interesting. All right. Do we have our players? We do. Go to your positions. Where are you going, Altice? There you go. Doors are closed. Fight is ready. Players ready.
Chat is ready. We're ready.
All right. Set. Go! Double barb.
Come on, Team Cooley. There it is. Throwing out that poison javelin.
So this is that same strategy that we were seeing before. They're doing the might with the poison jab and the bow. I mean, this is literally the exact same team as the other team.
Right. This is, gosh, come on, guys. You can't engage against 2 double throw barbs with a bow and arrow. You got to get in there. You have to close the distance on them. We're not going to win this battle if this stays up.
I mean, they've got a little damage. It seems like both teams have got some. But, uh-oh. There we go. Now they've engaged. Now they've closed in on all thighs, but Sure is dropping so low.
Wow, I'm sure just took a lot of damage there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. The double throw takes him out. It's all up to the Amazon now.
This ain't your high-level, super geared characters, everybody. Low-level Ironman PvP is a whole different arena.
I'm going to throw a terrible pun in here. I'm not really sure if he can pull this off.
Awful.
It was terrible, but
just terrible.
Bad puns make things fun. That's what I say.
And they are just layering the arena.
He's getting destroyed by this double throw, and the barbarians are coming at him from 2 different angles too, and that's the scary part now. Is they're really working in to cut him off. Like, look at this.
Yep.
This could be it. This could be over very quickly.
Making an escape.
Oh man, there it is. The double throw barbs.
Just
with
nasty.
Their victory cheers.
And Tomb and Hastan will be moving on. GG.
Oh man.
GG.
Team Cooley, all the theory crafting, all of the preparation.
They tried. They tried, but those double throw barbs are just nasty. They're just nasty.
Crazy.
That might be a future bannable thing right there if they keep going. But we haven't really seen anybody try and counter it either. We've seen, people playing these bow paladins and stuff, and that's not going to do anything against a double throw barb. That's not going to go anywhere.
I feel like you not only have to think about the synergy of your own character, right? Like you have to think about the synergy of the team.
Yep.
And the synergy of your own character, you're of course, might is going to benefit your bow and arrow, but you're giving up so much in not using a skill, that you are blessed with as a paladin. At such a low level, because at those levels it matters. You might be able to get away with using a bow and arrow in a high level duel from a character that shouldn't be able to use one, but that's because you have a good base establishment of other skills that are your primary attacks. You know what I mean? In such a low level where skill points are at a premium, you can't give up the inherent skills of your build. I think that's a big mistake.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like we haven't seen the counter build come out yet, and I would want to wait and see that first.
Absolutely.
Brayson and Troll versus Zachariah and Sace, and this is going to be Team Riker versus Team Anna Cake Live. Come on out to the arena. And party with your members. Thank you. That Amazon was the one who got life leech on the imbue. Ouch. Need waypoint. Do both of you need the waypoint? Or Cooley is cool. Do you have the waypoint? Alright. Invite me to party.
So who here is with Team Anna Cake? Do we know? Is that the Tankinator and Cooley is cool?
So Team Anna Cake is gonna be Zachariot,
Okay.
and CSA, and Trollvano and Brayson are gonna be on Team Riker.
Looks like the chat has a lot of confidence in Team Anna Cake here. An unbalanced amount of confidence.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, let's see what we have again. Amazon Druid versus Amazon Necro. Okay. Won't let you guys in the TP.
Because they're hostile to some players.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta be not hostile. Okay. Come on in. Get your waypoint. Alright, leave. Hostile, unhostile, party. And let's get this bad boy going. This is game 3 of round 2. There you go.
Still waiting on a... Yep.
Here is our list of banned skills. And like we said, a majority of these are just banned for the sake of... They don't make dueling interesting, or they're a little OP. Usually one of those two.
Sort of the set it and forget it skills are the things that are really OP and don't reward the skillful, tactful approach to duels that players should be rewarded for in these sorts of events.
Truth. All right, we have players ready. Go!
All right, let's see if the chat was correct with all of their bets. It looks like some of them bet some channel points on this.
Ooh, we have a Desecrate over here. So we got poison and poison. They're just going for the mass poison strats.
Man,
seems like
look at those lightning jabs. Those are doing some damage.
Lightning bolts, I believe.
Yes,
Oof.
lightning bolts. All right.
Oof. No, you're. I mean, it is a lightning jab. I was just trying to remember the name of the skill. The lightning bolts actually doing really decent damage.
That is nasty.
Tank has taken some lost life here, but
Ooh,
the boulders.
there's so much going on right now. I just saw Brazen get smashed by a boulder, pushed right back into the wall, and took a large amount of damage for that.
I love the Desecrate strat as well, though. A little bit slower piece, but Troll getting hit by those boulders as well. Tank is down low.
Yeah.
Troll is down low. Cooley is cool fighting up here. This is a great fight against Brazen. The two Javazons going against each other.
I just love that there's so much going on in this duel that, you know, we really haven't seen a lot of in previous duels.
Yep.
People using different skills, different strategies. I mean, even on the same sorts of builds, and Amazon using a lightning bolt.
Yep.
That's really paying off. This experimentation and originality here is making this duel extremely exciting.
And this is the kind of duels that I was hoping for when we had 2v2 duels. This is exactly
100%.
it. You know, yeah, you can have the everybody's little melee go run to each other, and Troll Zoner goes down to a bolt.
Oh!
But, man, there is just nothing better than just seeing crazy duels like this. Both players on all sides. Will we see Brayson able to pull it back? He gets a poison dagger off. Tank is down to 1 life left, but has not died yet. Down goes Tankinator. And it's 1v1, but our Necro is low. Can he avoid the boulders?
That's the big question.
Corpse
he's gonna
exploding.
He's going to have to do some strategic movement.
Ooh, gets hit by a boulder.
Very close.
Cooley is cool. Restocking some potions. Brazen trying to get that poison going here. He's got some walls here to help use to his advantage. I mean, Cooley keeping his distance, but, you know, closing in might not be a bad idea. This is going to be kind of tough for him.
This is really interesting. He's got the Necro set a ton of corpses on the ground, and he's trying to explode them very opportunistically and do some damage here. Oh, big hit.
Cooley decides to move in.
Oh!
Brayson trying to get these corpse explosions off. Doesn't seem like they do too much damage here in PvP. Now, Boulder no longer has a cooldown, really, or it has a very tiny, tiny cooldown in PD2, which does help it a lot compared to LOD.
Yeah, you can cast those things so quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like each corpse explosion that Cooley is Cool keeps getting hit with, it's probably costing him about, I'm going to say, between 8 and 10% of his health. So
I wouldn't even say that much, but it's 5%, but it's doing a little bit. You can see him dropping. Can Brayson finish him off? It is so close. Brayson literally is a hit away. I mean, Cooley just trying to get something here. Brayson trying to get the damage in. Cooley's close. Dodges the boulder.
Nice movement.
And this is one of those times where you go, a bow wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Right.
Because then you force
especially in these duels where mana is going to become a problem. You know, both of these guys are casters. They're using their mana to essentially deal a lot of the damage with no backup skill.
Right.
And you're absolutely right. A bow and arrow here to really keep the distance and let your mana regenerate while still remaining offensive, I think would be a clutch call.
Brayson has closed the gap even more, but he's lost more of his life. I'm pretty sure he's at 1 hit. If he can get an explosion off near him, he could take him out. But Cooley dropping low. Will Brayson be able to get the comeback?
This would be the comeback of the day for sure, and in the running for the comeback of the weekend.
Ooh, it's so close.
The
Cooley
desecration
down
goes
low.
off. They are both 1 big hit away from finishing this fight.
Will he get it? Cooley down to probably, they're each a hit away, I'm pretty sure. The corpse explosion's going off, and he does it! He does it!
The corpse explosion for the win.
Wow.
Wow. Look at this arena right now. Wow.
Look at the arena. What is this? What is this area?
Oh, that was an amazing fight. I have not seen a literal bloodbath for a dueling arena like this. Probably my entire existence of playing this game.
Wow.
This is a sight to be seen.
All right, let's go to Duel 6 since that game is closing and is littered with a billion corpses and blood.
I just had to take a screenshot of that real quick. That was beautiful in its own way.
What a beautiful area. Oh my god, that was gorgeous. All right, so Kavik and Swoosh and Braziliant and Atmos, come on in. This is Team Llama versus Team Senpai. Come on in. That's a tough one to lose there, Zach. What a duel. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, that was just fantastic.
Yeah, I think Zach won that, right? That's what he's saying. He said, I was sure we were dead when I died.
No, they lost.
They did?
Yeah, Zach was with whoever there. Trollvano and Brayson won, right? Unless I clicked the wrong one. No, I thought it was.
You might be right. It's so confusing with all the teams and the names. I got so caught up in the excitement of that duel, I forgot everything else.
Yep.
I'm just like, I don't care who's on what team anymore. This is exciting to watch.
All right. Flu, party with you. Hostile, everyone. Unhostile, myself and Flu. Then come to Outer. Your teammate didn't choke. That was just a fabulous duel. Now, that's definitely one of those areas where having strangling gas potions, having fulminating potions, having a bow and arrow, something like that makes it a lot easier to get that finish. Because otherwise, you've got those boulders and it's great. But once they can start ranging you completely, if you can't outrange them further and force them to come to you, you get caught in those tricky situations. And just a great battle.
I think it's always good to have a backup skill for when you run out of mana. That's the thing, you know, a skill that does not require any mana, and especially one that can keep the range.
Yep.
You know, so I think we've seen some teams pull that off very effectively, and others are struggling with it. But it seems like the teams that are relying on each other's skills, relying on each other's build, and have both of those key things are really doing great in these team 2v2s.
Yep. Yeah, they really are. Oh, that was such an exciting fight. I still can't I'm like, that is exactly the fight that I wanted to see.
Yes. Completely agree with you. That's what this is all about right there. Fun, original, exciting, and a bloodbath for an arena.
Yes. Literally. Just a complete bloodbath. All right. Players, come on out. Come to Outer. The rules are as follows. 2v2. There's a list of banned skills right here. Mana and stamina potions only. No life regen, replenish of any sort like that. And no mercenaries and, you know, the standards of that piece. We've already seen multiple throwing characters. For sure. All right. You need some mana pots.
I think that's fine. Both of these guys have dueled and
yes. Yeah. Mana pots for this round are totally good. Need more? Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. Ready. All right.
We've got a mirror match going on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say mirror match. Go! Amazon Barb, double throw and poison. This is the throw game right here.
We're gonna see. We went from seeing a completely red arena to we're gonna see a completely green one here in a moment.
Truth.
Now, what do you think is going to be the winning strategy between an Amazon and a Barb? Which of these teams, what do they have to do to come out on top?
So it looks like right now, Cav is actually throwing a lot of poison potions here and trying to get some melee in. Maybe running Frenzy, which is going to build up some speed there if he can continue to get hits, but he has taken a lot of damage.
Wow.
He has taken a lot of damage. Atmos is still looking totally fine. Marathane taking a little bit of damage as well. Cav trying to get that Frenzy buildup, but with that, I mean, there's so much poison and so many throws he's running into. It might just be a little too much damage that he's taken here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for running down your opponent, and I would think switching to that frenzy approach might be good when the duel is dwindling down, and you got, you have another player that's really low on life, and they're just trying to get out of the way, they're just trying to escape. But I feel like you kind of push yourself into that situation where you're forced to tank a lot of shots because someone's going to go toe to toe with you, and they have a lot of life, and you're not blocking anything.
Exactly, and that's what it looks like we're seeing right now. But if Cav can stay alive and really layer the arena here with some of these strangling gas potions, he can definitely start to pull back some of this fight for him and just get Brown Eye a good opportunity. I mean, I imagine that Cav is going to be dropping out as our first dead player just based on his life. Not always the case.
Yeah, but I mean, it ain't over till it's over. But
exactly.
It looks like he's also changing his strategy here.
Right.
He understands he's low on life, and he cannot keep up this frenzy strategy right now.
Yep.
The best thing he can do is stay in the game for his teammate.
Exactly.
And
stay in the game.
That's what he's trying to do.
And get as many just get as much damage on your opponent. It's kind of like when you're playing Smash or something, and you're down a stock, whatever it is, but you got 138%. Yeah, you could just let yourself die, but it's a lot better to just get as much damage on your opponent's stock before you die so that when your next one comes in, it's a lot closer. And so you always really want to just try and stay in there, and they're trying to take him out. And he's doing a great job, though. He has really changed his strategy up and gotten a lot more damage in here. And we'll see if Brown Eye is going to get a little extra damage on Atmos. Marathaner's starting to drop low as well.
I mean, if you think about it, all of this damage from Cav is just straight bonus. I mean, his strategy has essentially failed in the duel, the initial strategy, right? Yep. It got him to such a low life total that he's practically out of the duel. So any damage that he gets in now is just bonus.
Right.
And he's doing a really good job of surviving and really taking advantage of that. Being able to switch your game plan mid-duel like this is clutch. And it is very necessary for the most successful PvPers. That's the most necessary thing to do, to be able to do.
Yep. Being able to make that adjustment. And he is still alive. I mean,
still kicking.
Still kicking. Super impressive. Somehow. And they just keep getting damage, keep whittling down. I mean, Marathaner and Atmos still have a slight lead right now, with Marathaner's HP being a little higher.
I think Brown Eye had just said, I have seen enough of this Cav still being in this fight, tried to finish, but just couldn't.
Yeah.
He's coming back to try now. Cav just escapes getting poisoned by those javelins.
Uh-oh. And now they've got him on both sides.
They're trying to pitch him in here, get him into that corner, and he escapes. No damage.
Wow.
Oh, just gets tagged with a poison jab.
And that will take him down. Marathaner gets the double throw right there. So this is going to be down to Brown. Door has been opened. I will deal with the monsters here.
I got you. I can get you if you want to.
We're good. No, you go. Yeah. Okay. We'll clear some of that out. The new strategy right there. All right, you want to go get those?
Sure.
Okay. Brown Eye still hanging in, doing a lot of damage. Marathaner, Atmos. Both trying. Poker gets hit with another poison. And gets hit with some shots, but gets a nice bolt off. If they can get this down to a 1v1, they might be able to pull something out. Nice. 2 double poison shots right there.
I mean, the great thing about Brown's teammate is that, he did survive for so long and kind of distract the attention there. I think they had kind of counted Cav out for a long time.
Yep.
And he was able to work their life totals down to something that is at least manageable in this comeback.
Right. And
but they are on top of it now.
Yeah, they are on top. They are just engaging as fast as possible, making this really difficult for poker.
Ooh, good shot, though, from Brown.
Yeah, Brown has done a lot of great damage. Gets another little poison off there, and I mean every tick of damage that you can get is just going to be game-changing right here.
Absolutely.
As there is not a lot of life in these
Brown
duels.
Eye Poker is really picking his shots here too. He's not letting the pressure of having a 2v1 here distract him from taking good shots.
Yep.
And I think that's important too. It's even to the point now where Marathon has switched to a shield. He's really respecting the aim of Brown Eye Poker here. Even at this distance, you'll just see him swap.
Yep.
And look at this, just another hit. Just passerby hit. And those are the chip pieces of damage that'll get you there.
Marathoner dropping down to just a few shots left there. Brown still has a little bit of life. Atmos does have more, so Brown still has his work cut out for him. Gets another poison, but does take a shot to the face right there. That one hurts. Needs to be careful. Atmos is chasing down.
Now they're trying to pinch him in and cut him off, and that's a good strategy. That's when you have to start working with your teammate and saying, look, we currently have the advantage. We need to keep it that way. Ooh. And one way that you don't do that is just trying to both be the hero.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to kind of recognize what your teammate's doing and work with them.
Exactly. Brown still getting some nice shots in.
Wow.
Will we see another comeback? Or will Atmos and Marathon just have enough to finish this duel?
Marathon is very, very low.
And Brown may be going after.
I think that's a good shot. Wow. Look at that aim.
Gets another hit.
Very beautiful
Marathon.
Aim.
Super low. Gets poison off as well. Still got to remember to take down. Ooh. Marathon is 1 shot left. If they get this.
What will his strategy be now?
They go down. 1v1. Atmos has more life.
So technically, Atmos should have the advantage here, but
definitely.
I mean, to see Brown Eye Poker actually survive a 2v1 there and take out another player who was at a pretty healthy life total at the start of this.
Yep.
That's encouraging.
And I think we really have to go back to Cav as well here and point out once again, Cav switched his strategy up when he was at 1/4 of his life, if that, and was able to survive for minutes all along the time of which he was dropping in more and more potions, more and more damage, and
he was
giving
a dead man
Brown
walking.
a chance. He was a dead man walking, and he has given Brown a chance. Can Brown pull off the miracle?
And this lead that Atmos had is getting smaller and smaller.
Brown Eye's hitting just a few more shots here and there, it seems.
It's really hard to tell, but they might be at a pretty close life total here to each other.
I mean, Atmos definitely has probably about double the life, but I mean, it's like 30 to 60, something like that, maybe a little more.
Oh, yeah.
35 to 70, somewhere around there.
Now, both of them are really just trying to take advantage of this ranged duel.
41, there you go.
Stunting.
They're both trying to take advantage, being cautious, utilizing the arena as well, right? Forces a lot of interesting throws.
Oh, absolutely. It's it's interesting because when someone's on the inner circle like that, or really if they're staying on one side of it, they only have so many directions they can go.
Yep.
You notice that Brown Eye Poker throughout this whole piece where it's been 2v1 has been bouncing back and forth in between the inner circle here and the outer part.
Right.
And that's because it switches the angles that your opponent has to aim at in order to hit you.
Yep. Ooh, just narrowly dodges that right there. Gets hit, though.
Ooh.
Brown Eye did not like that. Right now, every hit that Atmos can land is just an absolute devastation to Brown Eyes.
I think for both players, right? I mean, you never know what could be coming. You get hit with a poison jab and then, lightning bolt right after it or something. Like that could make a huge difference.
Yep.
And that can happen almost immediately.
Yep. And once again, another spot where having something like a bow can be very game-changing, as you can just outrange your opponent and force them to come to you. So, again, this is one of those times where that is such a tiny piece that, it's just little spits of damage. But at these points, when these players are so low in their life totals, that's huge.
And most importantly, it doesn't consume any mana to just shoot an arrow,
Exactly.
right? So, I mean, when your opponent or even you are just waiting for that mana to replenish, it's good to have some sort of offense. Atmos gets clipped with a little bit more poison and a lightning bolt and another one.
3 lightning bolts and a poison go off on Atmos. And we got some encouraging words. Love to see it.
That's awesome.
Love to see it. Another poison. Another lightning. Atmos
big hit.
Decides he's going to try and engage. Gets a nice hit in.
I think Atmos seems to be getting a little desperate to switch the strategy here. I think he's noticing that what he's doing is not working. He's getting outworked here by Brown Eye Poker.
Yeah.
So he's trying something different and turning up the aggro. But something that's really funny is it looks like Brown Eye has some sort of item on that casts. It looks like it casts
Power
a Nova
strike.
or something.
Yeah. And is this tied up? Has Brown Eye tied this up?
I think it's very, very close. I mean, with all respect to significance of life totals, he absolutely has, and then some.
Ooh. Poisons go down on both players. Can't get through there. And yeah, I mean, this is one of those where you recognize a little bit of, maybe he's just outranging me, right? He's outworked me on the range, but Atmos.
That was beautiful work there from Atmos. What just happened there? You saw him kind of stay behind that little wall there.
Yep.
What he was doing? Oh, big hits from both players. What he was doing is he's noticing little things about Brown Eye Poker's style.
Yep.
And he's noticing that Brown Eye Poker, every time he goes through those doors, Brown Eye Poker has a javelin waiting for him on both sides.
Yep.
So what he did there is he said, you know what? Why don't you waste your mana? I'm just going to sit here, and I'm going to let you throw javelins on both these doors and run through your mana, and then it's my turn. I think that was beautiful. Very well done.
Brown Eye is 1 hit away. Atmos maybe 3. I think Atmos has clawed this into a really good position. They just need to find the finishing blow without getting hit. If they get hit 2 times, they're going to be in that same position. But if they can just land a hit.
Atmos is building up his mana here. He's trying to recharge for a big attack.
He gets a poison. He's trying to layer it down. Gets poisoned again.
Ooh.
Still has a couple hits in him. Brown Eye really does not.
I think Brown Eye knows that he's in trouble right now, and Atmos knows it too.
Yeah. Ooh, a direct shot.
What?
A lightning shot. Atmos trying to close down this gap, but he might not have much life. 2 hits, 1 hit. They are both.
This is edge of your seat excitement for these Ironman duels. Very skillful on the part of both players. I'm so impressed at how they've both adapted to the other person's playstyle during this duel.
Yep.
This has just been an evolution that we've been able to watch unfold right before our eyes. I can tell you that all of these duelers, especially Brown Eye Poker and Atmos Wonder, are 10 times the Ironman dueler right now than they were 5 minutes ago.
Right. Ooh, almost lands a poison. Oh, this is just insane. We've been blessed with 2 amazing duels in a row now.
This is insane.
2 amazing duels in a row. Trying to land those poisons. Not quite getting there. He gets another one. Atmos down to 1 hit. He lands the poison, but he needs a direct hit. I don't think poisoning is going to do much anymore, right?
It will do an initial 1 point of damage.
Okay, it will do 1.
Do a poison
so
cloud.
he was over 1 life. Oh, how did that not even kill?
Oh my gosh, he's so low on life.
I would do that, I think, Rob.
Yeah, it looks like Atmos is charging up here, but I'm not sure if that's going to be
Close.
worth it. He's
Maybe
trying to
one more
regenerate some of that mana
Oh, he goes
for a
in.
big attack.
And oh!
Oh! Big comeback from Brown Eye Poker!
Wow!
Wow! Unbelievable.
Kavik
Unbelievable comeback.
and Brown Eye Poker. There wasn't a single wasted damage or anything in that game. Holy cow.
We were saying that how many minutes ago at this point we were saying, look at this, look at the precision of Brown Eye Poker. He's not wasting his jabs, he's not wasting his energy, his mana. He's taking very smart, very well placed shots, and those paid off. I think that accuracy in that duel is really what made the difference.
Yeah. Wow. What an insane fight. What an insane fight. And with that, they advance to the semis. The Rizza and Ulfer versus Entomb and Hastan. Please come into the game. That'll be our first semi-battle.
Unbelievable.
I mean, what was that? That is my question. What was that we just witnessed?
There was so many crucial points in that team duel. So many crucial points. You had alluded to them as well. You know, just Cav being able to switch his strategy and remain patient and say, okay, I didn't do the right thing. I'm going to switch things up. And much like you compared it to Smash, to saying, all right, I just have to get both of these guys down as much as I can,
right,
to give my team the best shot when I finally bite the dust here in this duel. And that was so well done. There's so many clutch moments of that duel.
It came down
to stand out
to 1 HP, basically. So literally everything leading up to it, every shot, every poison potion, every single thing leading up to it, that was the difference.
Every little strategic decision really made a difference there, and that's living proof of it. That was an amazing duel.
What a fight. All right. I'm excited for these semis. What do we have here? We have Barb Pally versus Barb. So this is the more melee side of the bracket. The south side of the bracket, we've seen all sorts of stuff. We had the Necro and the Druid and the Amazons and all that. And the top side has just been Barb Pally, throw a hit. So let's see how it's gonna go. Our players ready. This is Dobrunsky versus BT.
All right.
Set. Go. Barb is the Hastan and Tomb team. That's Team BT.
So we've got our Team BT here, the dual barbarians, dual throwing barbarians.
Yep.
These guys have had a lot of success so far in this tournament because they're able to keep the distance. They don't require a lot of mana to pull off their attacks, and they're very devastating.
And this is an interesting strategy here. We've got the Ulfer bringing in the Might Aura to help out his throw barb. At the same time, bringing in the poison gas potions and a little bit of smite to try and knock some stuff down.
He's got to be careful,
barb,
though.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful trying to run these guys down. His role in this whole duel is he needs to boost up his teammate. That's the only way that, yeah, he needs to be alive to do that. The only way that this team or that one throw barbarian is going to beat 2 throw barbarians is with a might aura. He needs to stay alive.
Yep.
Can't get overly aggressive here.
But he's definitely taking a decent amount of damage. These throw barbs are nasty right here. He's landing some poison shots, though. Helping out a little bit. I love the barbarian's movement, though. Both of these barbs are just moving around in such a great way, really spacing properly and making it difficult. They're just making it really tough for...
They're cutting off angles.
Yeah, they're cutting a lot of angles off right now. And I feel like they just get the advantage with all their throws.
And look at Histan there, just remaining patient, staying in that corner and saying, you guys have to move one way. And when you do, I'm going to cut that angle off.
Right.
It's very well done.
Now Rizza trying to do some work. Both of the barbs dropped a little over half health. But Rizza and Ulfer both under half. Some nice shots there from Rizza. Ulfer taking a lot of hits, though. All Thighs and Hastan have dropped below half health, though.
Very nicely done.
And you have to wonder if there's, you know, is it just a hit who's closer? Is it a focus fire on a single one? Right? Is there some strategy that you're using right here?
Well, what we've seen in the past with All Thighs and Histan Arena is that they really do work together at, you know, we saw it in the last duel. They work to whoever gives them the opportunity. You know what I mean? They just wait for one person on the other team to make the wrong move, to move in the wrong way and separate themselves from their team just a little too much.
And if
you know, they're like... They're sharks swarming in the water, just waiting for that weak link. And that's what I see is a good way to describe their style.
Yeah. That is a very good way to describe it. And we'll see if they're able to continue and take out Ulfer. They land another hit. Rizza
that was
gets
a good
hit
long
again.
shot there.
Yeah. And they are just landing so many more hits right now. And you can just see it wearing down this other team.
Absolutely. And Ulf has done a good job at switching his strategy. And you'll see him swap to that shield at a long distance, too, to just hopefully block some of these shots.
Yep.
And, yep, the Riz is getting knocked down just a little bit here. A little bit more. He's really in a lot of trouble. I think both Ulf and the Riz are in a lot of trouble.
And that's definitely one thing about this team is... those two together are way stronger than apart. And
Absolutely.
So when you get them split off like they are right now, if you can pick a single one of them off, that team is just going to have so much more difficulty. More throws coming in. Rizza close to death. All Thighs, I mean, they've done a lot of work on these two barbarians, but they just haven't been able to get one focused down enough. And I think that will just be such a big shift, though All Thighs... getting low. And down goes Rizza.
Goes down. What does Ulf have to do here to survive? What is his out now?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge, and and pray. Because he is dead.
Oh, there it is.
The barbarians move forward.
The dual throwers have advanced to the finals.
All right, so let's bring in our next team. That Team BT moves to the finals. Brayson, Trollvano versus Kavik and Swoosh. Please come on in. Please come on in to the game. Make sure to hostile, unhostile, party up, and fight. This is level 12 PvP. I don't know, but I just want to bet. There you go.
Yeah, Yeah, I really like that prediction thing you have going on in the chat there. That's really cool.
That's definitely one of the better things Twitch has implemented. Twitch is hit and miss in their implementation. Mid-roll ads that go off on their own and we can't control, bad. Point prediction, good. All right, so Poker, Cav versus Brayson and Troll. Come on over here.
Looks like it's heavily favoring Team Llama in the bets. Team Riker gaining a little bit.
Go Team Llama, go. So we have ourselves Amazon Barb versus the Necro Amazon. And that Necro Amazon was such an exciting group to watch. I was loving that.
Absolutely.
That was probably my favorite fight. I mean, I loved, obviously, watching Team Llama make a crazy comeback. But just from a pure theatrics standpoint, the Necro and the Druid and the Amazon, like, there was so much going on. That was a fantastic one.
Well, this is going to be a duel of the comeback teams right here. Both of these teams have made significant comebacks.
That is
and
true.
And now we're going to see how it plays out here when they go up against one another.
That is actually true. Both teams made a comeback. Who will be our victors? We have Brayson and Troll versus Brown.
Battle of the
Cav.
Comeback Kings.
And this is going to have a lot of good range throwing, exploding, desecration, all sorts of stuff. As both players really, or all players really taking their distance, keeping their distance to start. And something to also really consider is the range on everything. Certain skills have different ranges. And so, how far is a poison jab versus a regular jab? Versus a lightning jab, versus throwing pots. How everything has its different range, and that's what a huge part of this game is how far away do you have to be from your opponent, where you can hit but they can't.
Yeah, and we can see Brazen here actually making a long-term move in this duel. So what he's trying to do is he's actually just laying a ton of corpses.
Yep.
Like, that's what he's doing right now. While he has the mana and while people are moving around, he's trying to figure out their patterns and lay corpses in the most beneficial areas. And that's not for the short term, that's for the long term.
Right.
He's going to wait until his team can work somebody down, and the minute that they choose the wrong path, he's going to explode corpses all the way down it.
Yep. And you can see he's also got some nice damage over here on our Barbarian Cav. So Cav, once again, having to make that decision. Do I try and get in there with Frenzy? Is that going to be too much damage that I'm going to tank? Do I need to stay away? How do I play this?
He's definitely being a lot more opportunistic in this duel. He's not just going after it full bore.
Yep.
And he's picking his shots, and that's exactly he learned a lot from that first duel, I think. And
for sure,
him being in the duel for longer is going to make a big difference for his team.
Yep. And we will have to see how much damage he can get done here as Desecrates just continuing to drop down. This Necro really pushing up. Love to see those strategies. Very
that was
impressive.
Really good. That was really good. We saw, I believe that was one of the first corpse explosions that was very well timed.
Yep.
And the beautiful thing about that is when you start to lay the groundwork here, right? And you don't immediately do anything with it, you can surprise your opponent later on when they forget that these corpses aren't safe.
Right.
I can't be by all these corpses.
Right.
When they forget that, you can really turn the page.
And I mean, there's not even much ground that you can't be next to corpses right now either.
Exactly. That's the good thing about him laying this groundwork early is I told you it's for the late game. He's trying to make that be the case where there's no safe spots.
So they're definitely getting their damage in. I would definitely give the earlier part to Team Riker here. Earlier advantage. They've taken a little bit of damage, but they've really gotten a lot of work done on Kavik, who's just over half health. Brown Eye Poker seems like he is still doing okay. And so we'll have to see if they change their strategy. Are they just going to continue throwing? Are they going to start charging after this Necro potentially? Right?
Yeah, the other team's catching on. They're catching on to the strategy here. You can even see in game that Brown Eye Poker said don't follow. They're staying defensive to corpse bait.
Yep.
And I think that was a good catch. They're trying to lure you into this graveyard.
Right.
that, for lack of a better word, is very haunted with damage.
But will there be potential to get away from all of it? I mean, eventually, I feel like you have to collapse in on them. I feel like
have to.
For the damage that you're trying to really get, you're just going to take way too much if you allow them to keep desecrating. And the best way to, in my opinion, stop something crazy like that is to go in after them with that frenzy and force the Necro to just be on a constant run. Right?
Exactly.
Put him in just a tough situation. But now Cav is, again, that dead man walking. So little life. And that's just going to make it tough here.
It really is. And the thing that's different here, as opposed to his last duel, not only the fact that he just got hit with another poison jab, is just there's no spot to stay safe in. And there it is. You see it. The Necro just taking advantage of being close to a corpse.
Yep.
And there you go. Like you can't bide your time like you did in the last duel.
Nope.
And that is really evident here. Very good team.
Yes. So Troll and Brayson here doing a great job.
And I think the same goes for Brown Eye Poker. In the last duel, you saw him get very strategic and pick his shots, and you can still see him doing that. I wonder if he's going to be able to do that with all of these corpses. And no, there's just, again, when you're taking a page out of his book with the strategy he was using before, going in and outside of the circle and picking your shots and cutting people off, that gets a lot harder when you're getting punched in the face by corpses everywhere you go.
Yep. It's a lot easier when you're just fighting a 1v1 against a Javazon or something. But when you have a guy who's just popping corpses every step you take.
Oh, man, and another one.
That's all good, Cav. You were at 1 life, so. Brown Eye trying to do what he can.
Job from Trollzano for cutting off Brown Eye Poker there with his shots.
Yep. Locking
a lot
him
of times
in.
people forget to do that, as you lead your opponent with your shot.
Right.
Oh, there it is. Very beautiful shots.
Oof. Another couple hits right there.
Oh.
This is gonna be an even tougher comeback. The last one was difficult. This one near impossible, dare I might say.
Yeah, this is really rough for Brown Eye Poker.
I feel like they stayed ranged too much on this group. And this is one that maybe they needed to really just dive in, right? Just literally tell the Barbarian, kind of like when you whirlwind lock, right?
Yes.
In the game, and you force them to always be gutting away from you, constant. It puts them in a tough situation. Here, right. I think the same idea would have gone down. Frenzy, and just lock on to the Necro or something.
Exactly.
And
you have to keep them backpedaling.
Make them run the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a team that has succeeded so far in picking their angles and keeping their distance, when you have a team that's going to punish you for that, you need to switch your strategy up. You need to run them down. You need to break the team up very quickly. You should probably start with the Necro, because as we've seen, the longer this duel goes on, this arena becomes more of a bloodbath, right? It becomes more of it's not a safe spot. And there it is. Brown taken out by Brazen Duel. And it is all over. We're going to the finals.
GG. So, we're going to have an interesting fight here. We're going to have the 2 Barbarians against the Necro and the Amazon. New game. We will go into 7. All of the players, please come to 7. That are competing in the finals here. Let's do some clearance work.
What are you thinking on this duel right here, Llama? We've got the 2 dual throwing barbarians versus versus the Amazon Necro combination that has so dominantly taken this competition over. What do you think needs to happen?
I mean, it's such a tough thing to say. I really feel like Desecrate here can be super strong, as the Barbarians just are going to be in this difficult spot where they have to get close enough to be hitting. But Double Throw does throw pretty quick, pretty far. It's got a really nice range on it. So, I mean, I wish I could tell you which way this was going to go. But I just don't know. We've got Poison and we've got Desecrate. So they're really going to be able to, in my opinion, try and keep their range. I think that the dual throw barbs are just going to need to... I don't even know if they need to engage. I actually think they can go run away. It depends how they utilize the arena. That's going to be the biggest thing. Because the two Barbarians are going to have the range advantage. But with the arena and all of these walls and all of this stuff, we could totally see the Amazon and the Necro, especially the Necro, be on the opposite side, being blocked by this stuff, not allowing hits, and putting Desecrates all over.
To see you're still inventing
So,
new
absolutely.
exciting things.
I'm so excited to
Hope
see.
you're doing well. Less than 3.
Those are all great points, and I think that I'm wondering if the Barbarian team, the two Barbs, are going to look at that last duel and think about potentially targeting that Necro, because the longer the duel goes on, the more it favors an arena full of corpses. You know what I mean? Because then at that point your range doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You can have that range from the double throws and it just won't matter as much.
Exactly.
But here we go. We're about ready to jump into the finals. This is going to be an exciting fight.
So here we see him preparing the arena already with some of these corpses. Gets off that first poison. Another poison hit gets landed, and that's some great starting damage for our Amazon and our Necro. And here you can see they're really, like I said, trying to utilize the arena. That's the one difficulty that we're going to see with these Barbarians, is they're fantastic when they hit. They do great damage. But if you can keep them in really tough angles and walls in between and stuff, they're going to be at a disadvantage. So really, those long corridors definitely favor the Barbarians. And here they do this great pincer.
Yes, very nice. See what they did there? They're cutting these two angles at once.
Yep.
In order to make it very hard for the Necro to tell what pattern they're getting into very early. And they are focusing in on him.
Yes.
They're trying to split this team up and then pinch in the Necro.
It's a good idea. All thighs taking some damage. Hastan already at half. I mean, it looks like all players are around half health right now. So we have seen, I mean, there's a lot of damage output right now from both teams. And they're trying to pinch in again on this Necro. Just leaving the Amazon alone. Can the Necro get out? It looks like Brayson does manage to escape. And I mean, watching this just makes me re-love this arena even more. It's just like the perfect arena. That's it. It's just the perfect arena. It just has so much going on.
Good choice, man. This really was. This makes for some exciting fights. I mean, close quarters combat, but also it makes for this very good original call on the part of Brayson Duel here. Yep. He knew that going in. He said, okay, I'm going to be dueling in the outer cloister. That really favors all of these courses and being able to cut off the map strategically over time.
For sure. Absolutely. And they land some more hits on Troll right there. And I mean, I got to give props to my chat for recommending this one like a year ago. They were like, Outer Cloister seems decent. And it does. It does have some range favoring, but I think a lot of dueling has some ranged favoring, to be fair. Just being able to keep that distance. But we've also seen melee characters dominate in these arenas. Because if you can just get on top of your opponent and never let them get far enough away to turn around and make the throw or whatever it is, there's a lot of melee builds that can actually do really well. So
they've allowed Brayson his space here, and he has definitely cluttered this arena with corpses.
Yep. And
I
this
think that
is
was the space
not,
that he needed.
This is not what they want. You can see both barbarians tucked in together behind the wall. I think that's just going to be, death sentence right there if they keep that up. They really need to be like they were in the first half. All Thighs goes down. In the first half, they had that pincer maneuver where they were closing in on either side. But now you've given those two the center. And with that, I just don't think that the Barbs will be able to win. And down goes Histon. And it looks like Brayson and Trollvano for Team Riker will take it.
Wow, nice job.
What a duel.
That was a great observation you made there at the end with the two barbarians. You remember we were saying they were circling like sharks in those original, the first parts of those duels. Towards the end of it, they were like wolves cowered in the corner with their tails tucked between their legs.
Yep.
There was no safe place to circle, no safe place to go. And they were so low on health from the poison. They used that range against them, Trollzano and Brayson, and that was amazing. An amazing use of this arena and a very good team collaboration. Nice job, guys.
Senpai, Anna, Cooley, and Waffles. And yes, completely right. Senpai, I guess Teo, Anna, Waffles, Cooley, and who am I missing? Teo, Senpai, 9-ball, Anna, Cooley, Waffles. Senpai, Teo, Anna, Waffles, Cooley, Senpai? No. 9-ball. Okay. I think we've got all of the point totals there. Let's distribute these points. Which brings us to the updated standings right here. Cooley still in first with 55. Heyo. Dobrunsky at 52. Waffles 46. Anna 43. BT 42. Llama 42. 9-ball 40. Riker 33. Senpai 31. And Teo drops down to 31 as well. Come on, Teo. You got this, buddy. Get back in there. We still have one event